Welcome. This podcast is a series of candid conversations exploring the human experience from a completely new perspective. In it, we will be diving deeply into the meaning of commonly used words and pointing you away from that old stressful way of looking at life and towards a new paradigm. This will help you find a sense of calm, cultivate meaningful relationships, and create harmony in every aspect of your life. Here is Navigating Life with Ease with Michaela, Ellis and Clare Downham.
Hello.
Hello there. How are you doing?
How are you? Good. How are you?
Me too. Pretty good. Yeah, thank you. I have a word for you.
Marvelous.
Ready to jump in? Yeah. Let's talk about age.
Well, that's definitely happening, isn't it? no escaping that thing that's happening. I mean, the first thing that popped into my head is that something's gone a little bit awry with how we see it aging. I think that youth is being held up as being more important, like especially in the way we look, I think, especially probably more for women than for men, although I see men also being affected by this idea of needing to look young, and that is quite a Western idea, isn't it? Like it's a thought. Because in other parts of the world, aging is seen as, as you grow older as a woman, you're seen as being, the more wrinkles you've got, the more wisdom you've got, kind of thing, and you'll become the elder of the community, somebody who people look up to because, the signs of aging are on your face and you're visibly wiser because you've been around longer. But yet in the West, we've created quite a monster, I think, in terms of this need to not be seen to be aging in all sorts of ways. And it just seems to be creeping into all sorts of places. Obviously, we all see celebrities, don't we, who are trying to defy aging in some way, shape or form. And how it takes away their expression. You watch some movies sometimes and you think there's something missing here because this person's face doesn't move or how it's supposed to. And what I can see there, I think, is a real psychological innocence in that when we're surrounded by this message, it just goes in and people don't even realize that they've picked up a message about how they're supposed to look. And then the behavior follows on, doesn't it? The behavior is then what people do, because I guess people think they're going to feel better if they've defied gravity and age and everything else that comes if they've disposed of, or got rid of the lines on the face or whatever. And I always think, like, Bruce and I love to watch a period drama. He's not from the UK, so he likes anything that's kind of steeped in a bit of UK history because he was born in Africa, so he doesn't really have much knowledge about British history. But his hereditary wise, he's British. He's from, his family from Scotland, so he's not really. He likes to say he's from Africa. Like, you're not really, not like your heritage is Scottish, and you can see that in his skin and everything. He's very pale. So so we love to watch period drama, and I think there was one particular show we watched called Poldark, and it was about the tin mines in Cornwall in like 1700s or something. And there was a woman in that, and she got to 27 and she hadn't got married yet. And of course, in those days, you get to 27, you're not married, you're like on the shelf spinster. She did find a lucky man. He was not bothered that she was 27. But I feel like it's almost like that's just still like from 1700 and something, particularly for women, that line of it's not okay to age, it's not okay to be older. it's better to be young, especially when you look back to those days where much older men would be with very, very young women, and nobody batted an eyelid at that. That was just normal. And maybe we're just still carrying some of that sort of, you can almost see the light thread of it going back in history. And yet we're living in a world where that is being reinforced by something very modern, which is mainly obviously social media, and people needing to look a certain way on a phone or on a screen or whatever. But I think age brings so much. I probably feel better as I'm aging, actually, psychologically, definitely. Anyway, that's my little ponder. You, what made you kind of come up with that?
Yeah, well, a few things. I have a friend who has a birthday today, and talk about celebration and that kind of thing. And I have another friend who has a daughter in aesthetic school, and my daughter and I were going to be models for her in doing things. So, and it's like, oh, so my daughter came home and she has tinted eyebrows, and I have some gray hair in my eyebrows now, where it's like, well, that's new. It's like, as you age, things change. They do. And it's like, ooh, that's new. Haven't seen that before. This is a new line or a new wrinkle, and things feel different. And yeah, I was just noticing all of the thinking that has been coming up lately with, this friend turning of an age, and this thinking about aesthetics of, yeah, it's altering your, and like I wear makeup. I like wearing makeup. Mostly I do. Sometimes I don't, mostly on the weekends and stuff, but it's something that's like, why do I do that? And it's like, well, I don't know. I kind of like it. And it's like, what if I didn't? And it's like, ooh, feeling a little bit naked if I don't. Yet I've done lives on Facebook and such with no makeup, and, like, see me. This is me. This is, so I might have some color on my eyelashes and on my eyelids and that kind of stuff, but it's not changing. If I think it's changing, if I think it allows me to, how do I say, what might I feel? So when I thought about, ooh, not wearing it, it's like, ooh, naked. It's like, oh, but there's things that I do in my life that I don't wear makeup for. And I will often take pictures, like going hiking and that kind of stuff. I could see that it's like, oh, there's different faces for different activities. And what does it mean? And age sort of came in just because with age, there's just a lot of changes that happen in the body. It feels different. It feels different on the inside. A few years ago, and then really I started making a change with that the last couple of years, but I started to lose strength in my hands and arms. And I've always been very strong. I grew up on a farm. We were always carrying baskets of eggs and shoveling chicken poo, that kind of stuff, heavy, strong work. So I was always strong. And it's like, I could feel that. And I was like, is that age? It's like, no, that's not actually age. I can be strong, muscular at any age. So there were so many things that have been coming up about it where it's like, there's some beliefs, yes, some things that we've been told that this is what happens when you age. And it's like, wow, that's a lot of BS. Yes, there may be some things that do change, in a female, your menstrual cycle changes. In men, things may change sexually too. I don't really know too much about that, but, things will change. But there's just natural living life in the way you really want to live, your body will adapt to that, to how you want to live. Like, I didn't want to keep handing jars over to my kids or Rob to open, because it's like, I'm the jar opener. I open jar. Anyway, I can open jars again, but for a while it's like, wow, it's like I realized that I wasn't really doing a lot of heavy things. So I added it in. It wasn't a big deal. But initially it was in making the change, but it's like, what do I want? Anyway, so I kind of, age to me, it's kind of like a soup pot. There's quite a bit in there, but really there's not, because what the experience of it is, it's like, it's what I choose to believe. Like, do I choose to believe that? I've heard that. Is it really true? Like, is it factual? Or is this just a trend? Is this what typically happens? And that happens where, I remember I probably mentioned it on the podcast before, when my doctor, bless him, he said going into menopause that my weight was going to go up. And it's just like, no, don't put that in my brain. Is that an absolute? Does it have to be like that? No, it doesn't. Does it often happen? Yeah, it does. But I think mainly because we don't really know what's happening in our body. We don't really understand it. So if we don't understand the natural aging changes, then we don't know that, we might need to make an adjustment to adjust for the natural aging process of the body. Anyway, yeah. So that's really where age came in. It was actually a lot to do with the body and the mind. And yes, when I see someone on TV who, it's just like, what? I cannot watch the show or the movie, whatever it is that they're in, because it's just like, there's something wrong. There's something, not that it's wrong, but there's some things not right, not computing. It's like, oh, okay, they did something. They embellished their lips. Something is different. And yeah, it's kind of funny, but whatever. Like, it doesn't really matter, really, if someone wants to do that or not. It's more like, why do you want to do it? And are you kind of hanging your hat on it? Like wearing makeup. I'm very aware that wearing makeup doesn't change me as a person. It's a way that I like to express. And depending on my mood, I might like put like big darker wings on my eye, eyeliner or something like that. So to me, it's a way of expressing. But when I look in the mirror and I see my eyebrows disappearing because they're turning gray and thinning and all that, it's like, I can catch myself. It's like, well, hang on a minute. Hang on. Does it mean anything about me, really? Am I still me? Yeah. So I see age just really, it's a really great, not a tool, but it's a really great thing that gives us opportunity to really get clear about who we are and what's really important and how far you want to go, how far you want to go, what's really important. What you value really kind of comes out. And sometimes it's like, yes, this is important to me. I used to like this gray streak I had in my hair. And then this past year, most of it is kind of gray. And it's like, I even thought about, oh my God, maybe I will color. I never thought I'd color my hair. Maybe I will. And now it's like, oh, okay, I'm over that for now. Anyways, it's like, because that's a pain in the butt. I don't want to do that. So I value my time more than I value having hair that's, not all gray. Yeah, there's a lot that's come up, so, and it's been fun to kind of see what comes up. It's kind of like, wow, really? Some of it is surprising.
The word that's coming up for me now is nature. Aging is a completely natural process. Now, I mean, there's a bit of a caveat to that, isn't there, in terms of how we are aging these days, because of the fact that we're living a life that's so away from nature. The food that we're putting in our bodies, the environment that we're breathing in every day, the chemicals that we have in our lives, the stress and the more stress, like perhaps we aren't aging as healthily as we could be, but it is a natural process. And that, for me, the going against nature, I guess I tend to then think, oh, well, that's got to be to do with what people have learned about this, because otherwise we wouldn't, like, there's no, old grey, when even animals, you see dogs, don't you, they sort of start to go grey around the face and stuff, and they're not dyeing their hair. My hair's gone grey around my mouth, please take me to the beautician, and I need to get my face dyed, or sagging in various places. Animals do it too, they age too, but they don't think about things like we do, and they're not being influenced by all these outside ideals of what we're supposed to look like. And that's it, isn't it, really? I think more and more, I think, oh, is that nature? Is that kind of how nature meant it to be? And obviously so much of our life isn't. I'm sitting here in my brick box, been out in the metal box with the wheels today, used to go to school and go to work in a concrete box. Like, lots of our life is detached from nature, and maybe this just is one of those other things where we're just forgetting that we are nature. We, like the daffodils have all come out here. I love daffodils. They last such a short window, don't they? They're here and then they start to go brown really quickly, and then they're gone. And literally, I think if they last a fortnight, maybe 4 weeks at the very most, they just don't last very long at all. And we all go, oh yeah, I love the daffodils. Oh, they've gone now. What's next? Is it tulips next? Anyway, they go through the same every year, don't they? But we don't see that that's a problem. It's just because we're making it about us, and we're making it personal, and we've picked up all this nonsense about how we're supposed to look. I mean, I don't know if the lip thing is as rife over there as it is over here, but it is. That, to me, like you're saying, looks not natural, I think. And that's what when we look at somebody on a screen, we kind of, I think our mind is expecting to see something that is human, that looks familiar and human in terms of how the face is and the shape and the size of the lips, etc. And because it doesn't, I think it does make us puzzled. I think the same would happen in the animal kingdom if one, like, I'm just thinking, we went to a big safari park in the summer, and then we went through you could drive through the baboon enclosure. Not everybody did that, because they do like to pull things off people's cars. But I'm just thinking, if a baboon suddenly put like a mask on, one of the baboons, they're very playful, they probably would do something like that. The other baboons would not like, they would be quite disturbd by that, I think. They wouldn't like it that suddenly one of them didn't look right. They would notice, and they would react to that. Probably they would reject that animal from the tribe, actually, if it was a kind of a permanent thing that they couldn't do anything about. I think they maybe would, I don't know, maybe that's part of it. It's something about trying to be included in like part of the tribe, but actually it's a reverse effect. for some of us, clearly there are some people totally accepting this way of doing life, which I guess is something for us to get curious about, isn't it? There is no right or wrong, but back to nature, like back to what is, having things injected into your face, and that's not nature. That's not what your body was made to handle, really. Yeah, and you wonder about the long-term effects of that kind of thing. I guess. But yeah, nature. Yeah.
what you said was, you're right. There is no right or wrong. Because looking at the deeper part of it, like whatever, because I have a tattoo, and that is not of innate, and I did it long enough ago that maybe there's poison in it. I don't know, right? Like now they do tattoo ink that is, whatever, vegetarian. I don't know. I don't know.
Probably
Whatever.
vegan, natural vegan.
Oh, vegan. Sorry.
Well, made out of henna or something.
Yeah. So there's things that we do. And it's like, I never really thought it's the same thing. Like really, it's an injection of something for us. So the point, I guess, or the deeper point that I kind of see is that there really isn't any right or wrong at all into it. It's about the space from which that we make these choices or decisions, because you have bangs cut in. I love your bangs. To me, that looks like it's a really nice change. And for those not seeing us here, she made a little bit of a face, but I love your bangs. And it's different, and it's a different expression of you. So when I have my hair curly, sometimes I can make it so that it's like bushier, curlier, and my hair I'm talking about. And there's other times I can do different things with my eyeshadow or whatever. And or sometimes I wear lipstick, and it's shocking because I hardly ever wear it, so it looks like that's all I can see is lipstick. But it's like, if it's coming from a place of expression, like self-expression, and trying different things out, it's just like, is this me? Does this feel like me? Does this, like, this, I like this. I feel funky today, or I feel whatever. And you may want to do things that in how you dress, in tying a scarf around your neck or around your head or whatever. It's really all about the root or the origin of the expression. It's that if that's you, like, oh my God, I celebrate that. Like, do it. When I see people with, funky things or different colors or whatever, something, it's like, wow, that's really cool. I couldn't pull it off. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't feel comfortable, but I love, I celebrate that in others. And that's really kind of the thing. It's like, where age or anything is, concerned, like, just notice what's coming up about it as the gray hair pops in, or a hair that never used to grow there is now growing there. It's like, I know I have one under that comes way under my neck kind of thing. It's like, wow. So it's
I
like,
saw a thing on social media the other day where it was a picture of a woman sort of rubbing her chin, looking like she's thinking, and it said something like, she's not thinking, she's just chopping hair on her chin. And that's what you find, a little wiry one, you're like, oh, yeah, there's one there. Actually, I've just found one. I think like what you're pointing to there is, you're either, there's a Marianne Williamson quote, and it's something like, you're either living in love or you're living in fear. It is the driver, isn't it? Like, if it's just terrified that you're gonna, be judged in some way, or there's the fearful feeling in the body, and that's why you're going and getting lots of things done, then that's totally different to the playful, like what you're talking about there, which is the playful, joyful kind of fun. Like, I've just had my eyebrows put back in because I've got very fair hair, and I just don't have eyebrows if I don't get them dyed. They just disappear. They're so blonde that they just don't exist. So I do I've got my nails done as well.
Nice, right? Yeah.
Got my eyebrows put in.
Yeah.
I don't have eyebrows. If I don't, they just disappear. So
I love it. And you're the same Clare that I know and feel yesterday or the day before or the last week that you are now, with, different eyebrows, darker eyebrows. Yeah. Yeah. That could be me in a few weeks. We'll see. My first is I'm going to get a facial. So it's very exciting. But yeah, it's lovely. It's okay. It's like, it's really all about where you're coming from, what you're believing about it.
That's a
Yeah.
good place to, it's about that
Mm.
with everything, isn't it? Whatever it is, aging or
Yeah.
anything, it's where you're coming from.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Cool. Thank you.
good word. Yeah.
Thank you. That was good. Appreciate your
Yeah.
take on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So see you again next time.
Yeah. Take care.
Yeah.
Lots of love. Bye.
Ciao. Hey, thank you for being a part of Navigating Life with Ease. We'd love to hear your feedback and receive a review on your favorite podcast platform. This will help others who'd also like more ease in their life to find us. We're here to support you, so if you've any words you'd like us to explore or you have a question, please reach out to us at navigatinglifewithease@gmail.com. Again, thanks for listening, and stay tuned for more episodes of Navigating Life with Ease.